We are out here in Times Square. I hope you can hear me. There's a lot of noise. It's really, really crowded. But we are in Times Square. I've been here before, back in 2018. Fun fact, this was actually the first place I came to for my first solo trip when I was 18. But this is her first time ever coming to Times Square. So, what are your first impressions? How do you feel being out here?
I feel very overstimulated.
Overstimulated? Is it living up to the hype?
Yeah, I think
is?
it is. It is so much crazier in real life to see all this.
Yeah, I feel like watching videos doesn't really give you a sense for the ambiance of the place. But, I mean, you can see how crowded it is. I don't remember it being this crowded when I went. And mind you, it's a Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a Tuesday. It's maybe 8 or 9 p.m. We're only going to be here for maybe a couple of hours or so. But it is absolutely packed. And I don't know how many different languages we've heard, how many people we've interacted with from different countries, etc. But this is absolutely crazy. And again, it's not even my first time coming here, but I can tell that you're struggling to process this right now because there's so much going on. So what would you say is standing out to you the most out of anything so far? Would you say it's the crowd, the size of the buildings, the lights?
Yeah.
A little bit of everything maybe?
The smell.
The smell? Yeah.
There's a lot of smells here.
Can you explain the smells? Because that's something that the videos can never actually capture.
It's like weed and then random sausage smells.
Yeah.
Pizza.
With a little bit of pee.
Perfume and pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does smell like weed out here for sure. But
I feel like there's a lot more billboards than I even thought there were.
yeah. For
It's
sure.
crazy.
For sure. I
don't
think
know. You can't really, you have to just be here to really experience that. You
yeah.
can't just watch a video and it's not the same.
Yeah, the videos will never do it justice. But this place right here, honestly, and this is just my personal belief, I think this should be on everybody's bucket list. I think everybody on the planet, if they have the means to do so, or even if they don't have the means, they should try to find a way to get out here at least one time, even if just for one day. Get out here to Times Square and just experience this for yourself. Because I don't care how high quality of a camera someone has, a video will never do this justice. I hope I don't get demonetized because of these women right here. But they're out here trying to sabotage us on our journey. But we're here. We are in Times Square. Looks like they have some sort of performance going on. A man is giving a speech out here. I don't know what's going on. How are you feeling?
Yeah, this is so different from anything
It's different?
I've ever experienced.
How do you think this compares to London?
Yeah, London feels like a more sophisticated, laid-back version of this.
Yeah, that's a perfect way of describing it actually.
Yeah,
Laid back and sophisticated.
yeah. This is way more outgoing.
Yeah. Do you feel like New York, at least this part of New York, is more crowded than Amsterdam or other European cities?
Yeah.
Really?
There's just a lot more people in general. Say something.
We're out here bumping into people. We don't know what's going on.
What is going on?
Yeah. Let's go ahead and walk across right here. You see you got the people sitting up there.
Oh, what is this monkey?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
People in costumes. No thank you. One thing I'll say,
What is this?
there is no other place in the world like this right here. No other place.
Where do we even go?
We're just walking.
I don't think I can ever live here.
Why not?
It's too crazy for me. It's too chaotic.
Too crowded, too much stimulation?
Like, it's nice for a day or two, but Would you live here? No.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I'm curious to see what she'll think of the other boroughs, because if you've never been to New York, basically there are, I think, 5 boroughs. There's Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, Manhattan, and Staten Island. Manhattan is kind of the only one that's like this. All the other ones are a little bit more laid back. They still have that very urban feel, almost kind of that European feel, I would say, just with the American grit, if that makes sense. But yeah, Manhattan is kind of its own beast. I mean, again, I don't think there's really any place in the world like this other than maybe Tokyo, somewhere like that, some of the Chinese cities. Definitely nowhere in Europe though. London will be the closest, and to her point, it's a lot more laid back and sophisticated. But I don't know why all those people are sitting up there. I guess to get a better view. And that is a really nice view right there, I will say. Look at her. She's already in tourist mode. I guess I'm one to talk, but we are out here. We woke up in Maryland and we are going to go to sleep in New Jersey. But for now, we're here in New York and we're just living life. We are living life. I spent $71, by the way, for 2 hours of parking. I am not bullshitting you. 71 US dollars. I'm not gonna lie, when the guy told me the price, I almost ran him over. I was like, there is no way this man actually just said that. Because he said 60 when I asked him how much it cost for 1 hour. And then I was like, 60? I thought he said 16 though. I was, okay, 16, that's not that bad, I can do that. And then he said 64. I was like, huh? I said, how much for 2 hours? He said 71. So I was like, okay, let's just do it. But I'm not gonna lie, that's crazy. That is OD.
That's wild.
But it's worth it because we're only gonna be here for a few days anyway, so we wanna be able to maximize our time here in New York. But you can see it does live up to the hype. This is one place in the US that lives up to the hype. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
You try, take more, you can choose.
Sorry?
You want it, take more, what picture like?
No, thank you. I appreciate it though. That's the second time that's happened in the past 5 to 10 minutes, by the way. People would just take your picture and then try to sell it to you.
Well,
Smart business strategy though. It's smart. But
they look good.
I think now it's time for us to turn this camera off and just actually process what's going on here, because this is, I won't even say a once in a lifetime thing because we'll surely be back, but this is definitely, I think it's happening again.
Yeah.
But what's going on? Oh, it's nice, bro.
Ready?
No thank you. Oh yeah, side note, it is cold out here. It is legitimately not even just breezy, it's actually cold. And we're out here, no jackets, just thugging it out. Because we can't go back to the car and get any of our belongings, even though we paid $71 for parking. So I don't know how that works, but it is so cold. I'm not gonna lie, I just hope these guys shoot this video to promote their barbershop, and now I lost Nadia. I don't know where she went. Still in Times Square, obviously, but I do not for the life of me know where she went to. I'm gonna just go back to where I was and kind of hope that she's there. But basically, these guys asked me to film this video for them. They said they were barbers from Texas. Obviously, I'm from Texas, so I had to show love, had to show support. But basically, the security kept asking them to move, so we moved over here to the other side. And now I do not know, for the life of me, where Nadia is at. And I mean, you can see there are literally hundreds, if not thousands of people out here. And she is a very, very short person on top of that. So I don't know where she's at. I just tried using the location feature on the phone because we share our locations with each other, but it didn't really work. I feel like the location isn't exactly accurate. So I'm kind of hoping that she'll just be where I left her at. If she's not, then I'm not gonna lie, we might be in trouble because I got the parking for 2 hours, and we still need to walk back. But I am walking over here and I do not see her. So yeah, I don't know where she's at. Don't know where she went to. Don't know how we lost each other out here. Obviously she didn't get taken or anything, it's too many people, but you hate to see it. All right, so update. I located her. She is safe, she is sound. I'm not gonna lie, that was a stressful minute and 30 seconds.
I was just standing here watching people dance.
Yeah.
So you were so close to me, but then I turned around and I see these guys and you were filming me all the way, and I didn't see you. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Where did you go?
I thought that you were behind me though, because as we were walking to the location, she was behind me. So I was like, okay, well, she should be right there. I turned around, she's not there. But yeah, but the dance was pretty cool. Got some of that as well. But I wonder how many people are out here.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Honestly, we should probably come back during the day as well.
Yeah.
It's a whole different vibe during the day. But I think if you can only come here once, you have to come at night. It just hits different at nighttime.
You seen it at night before?
Yeah. I think last time I came here, I came when the sun was still out. But then by the time I left, it was already dark. That's when my phone died. So basically, hold on, let me give you some background on that. The first time I came here to Times Square, the first time I came to New York actually, I stayed in Brooklyn. I couch surfed. So basically I stayed with this random lady that I never met before, except through this app. And it actually ended up being a very, very enriching experience. There's so many people taking pictures, I don't want to walk in anybody's frame. But I couch surfed with this lady in Brooklyn. And the first thing I did was I dropped my luggage off at her place in Brooklyn, and then I came straight here to Times Square to meet up with a friend. Well, while I was out here, my phone died, and then my power bank died as well, so I was lost. It was my first time in New York, didn't know how to get back to Brooklyn, didn't know how to really use the public transit system, and I mean, to say I was lost was an understatement. But I managed to ask around, buy a map. It was raining outside, so the map was falling apart. I managed to utilize the resources at my disposal to find my way back, and that was definitely my most memorable travel experience that I've ever had. There's nothing like getting lost in New York City when it's your first time traveling alone, and you're just in this new city that you've never been to. Absolutely insane. But that's not going to happen to us this time because we have the navigator, we have the planner, we have the person who takes these things into account before they happen instead of afterwards, because I'm very much a figure it out as you go type of person. I'm not going to lie, those pretzels are looking pretty nice right now.
Yeah.
Those pretzels are looking really, really nice. And Nadia's been fiending for a corn dog for at least a year now. So we're going to get her a corn dog at some point through this trip. And New York pizza. So as I mentioned earlier, we started off the day in Maryland and now we are here in New York, but along the way we did pass through Philadelphia. We tried the famous Philly cheesesteaks, and how did you feel about them?
They were so good.
They were so good.
Yeah.
They were vegan too. What did you think of Philadelphia as a city overall? We didn't get to explore it that much, but we did pass through some part of the city limits for sure.
Yeah.
What did you think of Philly?
It was a nice vibe. I felt a bit hippie or something. But I don't know. We didn't have too much going on.
You weren't feeling it?
No.
I feel like if we had went to downtown, maybe your opinion would be different.
But
How'd you feel about Baltimore?
It was good. Baltimore?
Yeah, we passed through Baltimore. We didn't actually walk through Baltimore, but we passed through the heart of Baltimore for sure, driving. What'd you think of that?
Old.
Old?
It's boring.
Boring.
Yeah.
It's her words, not mine. If you're from Baltimore, then hey, she's the one saying it, but I'm not gonna lie. There were parts where I was like, look, we need to get up out of here. I was seeing graffiti with MS-13 on the walls and stuff, and I was trying to explain to her what that meant, but I don't think she really got the full scope of why we needed to get up out of there. We needed to evacuate expeditiously. But thankfully we made it, and now we need to make it back to the car before the $71 parking turns into $1,000 or whatever it is. At that point, it's just time to abandon the car.